Hello air signs, welcome back to Timsy Naked Tarot. Okay, don't worry if you are new here. Timsy Naked the Tarot reads are naked, by which I mean I strip as much astrology out of the tarot reads as I can. But hypocritically, I put runes in instead. So, okay, the way we do this is a monthly overview. The way I do a monthly overview is I pull one rune out there. That will be the main energy of the month of December for all you air signs. 5 cards out of there, one for each of the 4 weeks of December, and then the last one being the part week, what goes into January. Get some clarifiers out of there. That's it, basically, in a nutshell. So, let's have a look at what we have. We have got Jira. Jira is, it's the Vikings version of the Wheel of Fortune. It's the year. It's all about cycles, harvests, rewards, fruition, fertility, growth. So for some of you, things are coming to an end. You're harvesting in whatever you've reaped. Or you're sowed, should I say? You're reaping what you sowed. For others of you, and I suppose in a way that's your reward. Okay. For others of you, a cycle is just coming to an end. It's coming to a fruition. It's finally done. But alternatively, after you've harvested in, what you do is you tend to rip out the remainder of whatever was growing, and the stalks, the roots, the whatever, and you refertilize the ground ready for the new growth. So December for the bulk of you air signs is a month where some things are coming to an end and others are starting to begin. Okay, let's have a look at what the tarot has to say to back this Jira up for us. We've got the High Priestess. So for some of you, this is all about secrets. Maybe secrets are being revealed. Maybe you're learning new secrets about other people. It's also about going with your intuition, going on what feels right. Okay, listening to the signs the universe are giving you. And we got the 8 of Swords. So we're also kind of like stuck in our head with a way of thinking. I say we. I'm sure I've got some air in my birth chart somewhere, but I'm not really. I don't class myself as air. I'm a fire, water type person, according to my birth chart. Anyway, so the 8 of Swords. You're stuck in your head. You're thinking down the same routes all the time. For example, let's just go for that whole harvesting and crop bearing thing. You grew potatoes in your ground this year, so next year it's going to be wheat or something like that, to take out the stuff that the potatoes put into the ground and replace what the potatoes have used. Basically, all plants do that. They all your different species of plants have different factors. They take out certain nutrients, certain chemicals out of the ground, and they replace others in its place. Okay, so that's kind of what we're talking about. But the 8 of Swords is also talking about the fact that maybe we have to change our thinking. If we want to progress further, maybe we shouldn't be putting corn in after our potatoes. Maybe we should be going for something totally different, total radical new look at what we should do. Yeah, so stop following the same old. Okay, so the weeks. We have got the 9 of Wands for the first week. The second week we have got the 9 of Cups. The third week we have got the Strength card coming out. Fourth week we got the 5 of Wands, and the part week going into January 2025. Can you believe it? We have got the 9 of Swords. You've got a lot of 9s coming out. Now 9s are like gateways to completions. As I said, this is like harvest time. Now the tarot's kind of indicating we're approaching the harvest time. We're looking at our crops. We're assessing them. We're looking to see if they're ready to harvest. They're not quite ready to harvest. They're 9s. They're not 10s. The 10s are the completion. The 9s are the nearly there. We got to check to see if it's ready, so to speak. Okay, while I'm shuffling the clarifying cards, I would just like to point out that this is a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. If it does resonate with you, that is fantastic. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't worry too much. As I've already pointed out, you have lots of different star signs in your birth chart. Maybe you're working from different aspects of your birth chart this month. Go and check out the other monthly overviews, the fire signs, earth signs, and the water signs. Maybe your answers are in them reads. Okay. Also, while I'm still shuffling to get the clarifiers, because the universe still hasn't given me the right shuffle yet, not all these cards may resonate with you. I'm doing 3 different star signs all rolled into 1 month here. So maybe the first 2 are for the Geminis, the last 2 are for the Aquarians, and that one in the middle there, that strength card, maybe for the Librans. Okay, obviously don't hold me to that. Just go with what resonates, what sounds right for you. Okay, 9 of Wands, first week. There is a defensiveness. Maybe it's being tired of being defensive, tired of fighting. Maybe it's time to throw the towel in, it's time to quit. Or it's time to do something different, that 8 of Swords. Yeah, the same old isn't working. I'm still fighting it, and it's time to do something different. Judgment. And it's not often a card of do something different. It can be sometimes. It's a card of second chances. It's a card of having another go at something. It's a card of being given a second chance. Obviously, if you were in a court of law and you're getting given your judgment, it's saying that you are found guilty or innocent of something. And then if you get your results from that, if you get found innocent of whatever you've been accused of, you get that second chance to carry on with life. If you get found guilty, well, you get put into rehabilitation. Yeah, you get slammed in the clink, and you have to, well, pay the penalty, and then you go on to start again. Coming out with the strength card, it's, as I said, you're getting tired of the fighting in the first week. It's like it's an uphill battle all week, and it's always, everything seems to be against you. It's almost like you're swimming against the tide. But with judgment coming out and strength for you, you're trying to get the courage, you're trying to get the energy, or you are being given means to get the courage and get the energy from the universe to plow through it, to get to the other side of it, to get to the second chance. All the troubles and holdbacks you're feeling in the first week of December is literally the judgment. If you can get through this, you can then go on to the next stage of whatever it may be. Crossing this is the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is telling us that perhaps you're feeling like you're going to have to be sacrificing a lot during the first week of January. No, December. Maybe you're going to have to be sacrificing a lot during the first week of January as well. We'll find out when we do that card down there, and next month when I do the January one. But it feels like you might have to cut some things out of your life to carry on with other things. Okay, it's a little bit of self-sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice some of your own wants and desires to, I don't know, maybe satisfy someone else's wants and desires. And underneath that, we have got the 9 of Pentacles. That's like kind of like the rewards, and yet another 9. Okay, lots of 9s in your read. Go and check out 9s. Yeah, obviously, you're watching tarot reads, so the chances are you check out signs and synchronicities as well. 9 is a big sign for you in the month of December. Okay, it's not a 9 month. I don't think. Let's just work that out. 8 plus. No, it's a 2. It's a 2 month, I believe. But anyway, yeah, go and check out the meaning of 9. 999. 9999. Yeah, 4 9s, because you've had 4 9s so far. Okay, let's have a look at this 9 of Cups. The second week. The second week is all about being emotionally fulfilled. Now, if the first week was resonating with you, and the second week is kind of like breathing a sigh of relief afterwards. Yes, I've made it through. It's plain sailing from here. It could be the last slog at work you have to do before you break up for Christmas, or whatever you may be celebrating at this time of year. I celebrate, well, I celebrate Christmas during the Christmas period, but I tend to deal with it as a Yuletide period. I'm a bit of a pagan, so it's I go along those routes more than the Christmas routes. And if you're interested in Yuletide, there will be a new round of Yuletide videos coming from my channel soon, and obviously you can go and watch the old ones if you want as well. There probably will be links in the description, not for this video, but for the Yuletide videos, leading you to the last Yuletide videos I done. Okay then, so Nine of Cups, you're feeling like, yes, I've made it through. It's an emotional fulfillment, or I'm going to actually say it's an emotional release, okay, for this Nine of Cups. With this is the Seven of Cups and the Magician. Now, the Seven of Cups is telling us that there's lots of options, there's lots of choices in front of you. Sometimes there may be too many, sometimes they may be a little bit confusing for you. Maybe there's you're like frozen, not so much with fear, but just like not sure which one to take, which avenue to go down. With the Magician, it's saying, well, everything is ready. Yeah, so far we have seen all the nines out of the tarot deck. We got the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and we had that Nine of Pentacles as the second crossing card over there, which I'm kind of glossed over. Basically, it means like a reward, a windfall, or a feeling of independence and freedom. And again, that could be if you're finishing work. You're finally finished work. There's that Nine of Pentacles. Now, we've got all the aces on the table here with the Magician. Okay, which means we're kind of skipping over the tens. Although they're saying the nines are telling us that things are nearly complete, yeah, throughout the month they hit the 10 and quickly move on to the aces. So by the end of the month, you are literally finishing all sorts of cycles, be it in love, romance, passion, thought and thinking, and financial, and then you're moving straight onto the next one, all within this little period of time. Some new starts take a beginning to start, and you don't realize they've started when they did. But the Magician is telling us the second week, everything is ready to start anew. You're ready to start everything from a fresh. Okay, and kind of saying you may be feeling a little bit magical. You may be feeling like someone's cast a calming spell over you. Okay, all that stress and that having to build up the courage, and obviously if you're having to build up courage for something for the first week, it means there's a little bit of fear or worry that it's you need the courage to tackle it with. And so our Magician there is sort of putting this calming effect on you, saying everything's good, that's over with, let's move on, let's start afresh. Okay, crossing this, you can't make this shit up, can you? Crossing this is the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is literally going from a stormy place and going to a safe harbour where it's nice and calm and placid. It's kind of linked with ways of thinking. Maybe you're calming down in your ways of thinking. Maybe you're not as aggressive, not as agitated as you were, and you're going to sort of become more of a level-headed, peaceful person for a little while. And so it's also sort of a start a fresh card. It's leave all the baggage behind, jump in a boat with just the clothes on your back and start somewhere new. Okay, so the second week of December is indicating that you lot are starting your new cycles, or having your rewards for completing whatever cycles you are getting, and then thinking about starting your new cycles. The Swords cards are all about thought and thinking after all. Third week of December for you all is the Strength card. So again, yeah, it was a short-lived respite within the third week. You're starting to worry about things again, and you're starting to get the strength to tackle these things. And again, this could be some people may say it's a God-given strength. Maybe it's the universe giving you strength. The energy is there for you to tap into if you want to. Okay, remember you had that High Priestess in the cards. Start going with your intuition more. Start listening to the random noises around you. Start checking out the signs you keep seeing, like the 999s all the time. Maybe some of you are going to be having a few emergencies throughout the month of December, and you will be requiring to, obviously I come from England, and our emergency number is 999. I know that some people watch from America and Australia. Not sure what the Australian number is, but in America it's 911 in it. But still, it could be some sort of emergency going on, which you're going to have to rely on someone else to come and help you with. Okay, we've got 2 cards for that first one, and then the 7 of Swords for the second one. Okay, so third week, there's going to be some sort of big event. Now, I'm pretty sure that the earth signs also had a tower in the third week when I done their monthly overview. So you could be linked with some sort of earth sign of some description in the third week, and you may be sharing an event which kind of changes your world a bit. Now, this could just change your views on the world. This could be bad, this could be good. Obviously, there's always 2 sides to every story. You can't always have something which is permanently negative. It might be good for you, it might be bad for someone else, etc. But this is some sort of healing event. It could be a case that maybe you are involved in an accident and you have to... It's funny, I talked about emergencies and 999s, and then the tower comes out with the 4 of Swords. So you might have some sort of accident where you have to end up going to hospital, end up going to A&E and getting healed, getting repaired, so to speak. Or it could be just maybe you wake up to the fact that, oh, I have to actually heal myself before we progress forward anymore. Maybe you have to do a deep dive on yourself, look and see what really causes your upsets and your problems, which then creates the tower. Now, with a tower comes a star. Okay, after every tower you have a star in some description. It's kind of like when you, I don't know, when you walk out on a job and you're sitting at home and you calm down afterwards, you think, I wish I never done that. Okay, there's the star, the tower. You've walked out on your job. It's changed your life. You now have to look for a new job. You're not sure if you've got the finances to go a long time without having a job, pay the mortgage and all that. So then you start wishing, excuse me, then you start wishing you never walked out on your job, that you had something else in place, that you have a new job and all that stuff. Yeah, tower, star. Goes hand in hand, and it is one of the few pairings in the tarot deck where you can sort of pretty much guarantee that after this there will be some form of star wishing down there. With the 7 of Swords here, this is that changing your approach to things. Now, yes, for some of you, maybe you're going to be burgled, maybe you're going to get mugged. I know it sounds bad, but it's just kind of like the words which are coming out of my mouth. Maybe you're going to be what's the right word, deceived by someone. Okay, and this may create the tower, which then creates the healing. Okay, but for others of you, this is like changing your tactics around, maybe to stop these events from happening. Maybe you decide you're going out with some form of self-defense equipment on you during the dark nights. Obviously, if you're down in the southern hemisphere, they're brighter nights at the moment. But yeah, so because the imagery of the 7 of Swords in general is someone stealing swords away from a battle encampment, which kind of gives you the whole stealing, theft, robbing sort of energy of the 7 of Swords. But it also gives you changing tactics. Okay, someone stole the swords. No, well, you can't fight anymore. Well, you can, but you're going to have to use your fists. But the fists are less deadly. You're not likely to kill someone. You can't accidentally give a bad blow and accidentally hurt someone with it. You've changed the whole dynamics of the day because you've taken away the weaponry, which is kind of what this is saying. Maybe this tower event you have in the third week changes the way you look at things, makes you want to do things in a different way, or perhaps you start doing things in a different way on the third week, and that's what creates the tower event. Either way round. Crossing this is the Knight of Cups. I'm just going to clear my throat before I have to do it again on the video. Yeah, and I had a big slurp of my tea, and you really don't want to hear that through a microphone, do you? Okay, anyway. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is sort of saying that this may have been building for a long time, and this is the flashpoint, so to speak, because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow build-up energy. It could be something you've been preparing for. Maybe like you've been going through, I don't know, a breakup on the run up to this point, and you've decided that this is the time you're going to sit back and relax and concentrate on yourself. Okay, bearing in mind, this is time period of where most people will be stopping work for their, at least the little Christmas break most of us have. I know that some of you might be celebrating Hanukkah or some other religious event, but, well, I come from, again, England is Christmas over here, and it'll always be Christmas for me at this time of year. Don't care about what everyone else says. They can have their opinions, they can have their religions, they can have their celebrations. I'm not religious, I'm not Catholic, I'm not Christian. As I've already pointed out, I'm more like a pagan, but it's Christmas. It's a word. It's a word. It's a word. It's a break. It's a time off. Okay, so this is like the build-up, or you've had the build-up to it. It's been taking some time. You know it's been coming. You've prepared yourself for it with this Knight of Pentacles. So it may not be as big a surprise as you believe, but that could be why the Strength card is there as well, to just let you have the last reserves of that strength you've been kind of building, and we saw it earlier. This could be the flashpoint of that building of strength at the beginning of the month is now being released in the third week. Okay, so the Five of Wands. Now, the Five of Wands, generally speaking, is some form of conflict or testing. Okay, so all the tarot cards have various different meanings. So for some of you, you will be in conflict. This could literally be the family squabble over the dinner table, or it could be a little bit more breakups with other people, be it friends, relations, lovers, partners, whatever. But for others of you, this is a testing energy, is to see if you have learnt your lessons from the past. Is imagine that you are in some sort of martial arts class and you've been training to go from whatever level you're on to the next level up, and this is the test. Okay, you could say perhaps maybe you've been again, maybe this is the first time you're cooking your celebrationary dinner for the family, and you've been practicing, okay, on the run up to this, and this is now the crunch time. This is the main time. You have to try to get it all right, put it all together, and it's a little bit challenging for you. It's a challenge. It's a conflict. Okay, so we got the Moon coming out with this, and we have got the Lovers coming out with this. So the Moon is talking about like the energies of the unknown. It's things shrouded in darkness. It's mystery. It's a path you haven't been down before. All those kind of things. Maybe the darker side of you. I kind of indicated up here. Maybe you might be going into a dark night of the soul, checking yourself, seeing where you could have been different, and that could be the result of a tower and a Four of Swords together. Here it is, one of the dark night of the night souls, dark night of the soul, dark soul. Oh, you know what I mean. Going in deep, checking in where you could possibly have changed things. Okay, and we've got the Lovers card coming out of here. Now, the Lovers card is kind of like the universe's choice. The universe is kind of saying that this is the time I've allotted for you to do this. Okay, this is where I would like you to now do these things. Doesn't mean you have to. You have free will. You can choose what you want to do whenever you want to do it. Okay, it's one of the wonderful gifts of humanity. It's depending on how you want to look at it. Again, maybe it was a gift given to us by God. Maybe it's just a remainder of a fraction from the creation of the universe, a bit like the Matrix and Neo. Okay, but there is this shady side, this unknown decision, this unknown side, and maybe you're conflicted with that on the 4th week of December. It may be connected to love, with the Lovers card coming out here as well. Now, the Lovers card will be indicating it's a strong, divine coupling. Okay, you're sort of someone. It's like a what do they call it in like the Marvel universe and things? A canon event. It has to happen in your life. Okay, maybe it's you're in a relationship and it's starting to go down a dark path. Maybe they're asking you to do things you've never done before and you're not sure how to do them, and you're a little bit conflicted about should you or shouldn't you, things like that. Maybe it's a person you would never normally go for. Okay, I have kind of glossed over religions a couple of times within this read, and I haven't on the other ones. I haven't really talked about Christmas or Hanukkah or anything like that. So maybe this is like some sort of religious conflict between you and someone else, but you want to be with them, or they want to be with you. With the Page of Swords coming out, now you may have to do a little bit of research, secret research if you want, spying if you want, on this person or on this situation. Look into the matter, but for the bulk of you, it's some sort of disappointing news. Okay, maybe you're finding out that someone you've had a crush on for all this time, or someone you thought had a crush on you for all this time, is actually secretly in some other relationship. Okay, and you found this out, and it's a little bit disappointing for you. Okay, so 9 of Swords, anxiety. Okay, and literally what I'm feeling off this 9 of Swords is literally going out of 2004, going into 2005. You just don't know what's coming, and it kind of worries you a little bit. Obviously, the world is in a certain situation. We have wars going on. We've had weird weather events which don't normally occur. Strong hurricanes over in America. Weather bombs. What you had on the West Coast just recently? Some sort of, I can't remember. We've had amazing heat domes in places. We had snow in November here in England, and I'm coming on to nearly 50, and I don't really remember snow in November. And if there was snow in November, I don't really ever remember it settling as much as it did this year. But anyway, so maybe all these events are now coming to a point where you're worried about what's happening next year. Okay, we got the King of Wands and the 6 of Cups coming out for here. So on a more personal level, okay, where we're not talking about what we're worrying about coming next year, and I might be doing a yearly forecast some point before the beginning of 25. So let's on a more personal level, this is possibly the last week of December going into January. You're going to be dealing with yourself. You're going to be looking after number one. It's my needs and my passions are coming first. But this brings a little bit of anxiety with it. Should I be doing this? Should I be looking after others as well? Well, I'm sure there's a few passages in the Bible here and there which kind of imply that before you can look after others, you have to be sure you can look after yourself. There's one about taking splinters out of eyes, and just, yeah, something along the lines of don't take the splinter out of my eye until you've taken the log out of your own, that sort of thing. And there's also this energy of reminiscing about the past. So perhaps just coming towards the end of the year, you're thinking about everything what's happened throughout the year to get you to this point. And maybe you've been thinking that you have been too selfish. Maybe you're thinking of changing this for your New Year's resolution and all that. New Year's resolutions is a big part of bollocks. You can do it at any time of the year. You don't have to wait for a special day. It's just a beginning of a cycle. Okay, it's our yearly cycle according to our modern calendars. It doesn't actually really fall on any other part of any natural cycle, though. Probably the beginning of the natural cycle is here at the end of this week, about the 21st, when we have the winter solstice. Okay, so it's close, but not, there's no cigar. Okay, so there is this energy of self, this energy of the past. Was I a better person in the past? Am I too selfish in the past? Have I been It's basically you're doing a yearly, it's the energies are set up to do a good analysis of your past year or your past few years, perhaps, depending on how far you want to go back with this. And I will just go through a couple of these crossing cards because it backs it up quite well. This is going to be quite burdensome. This is going to make you, it's going to put you through an emotional roller coaster, I'm going to say, with that 10 of wands there. But the 10 is indicating the end. We've had the potential ends, and literally, as the read would have gone, if I didn't put any more down, yeah, the 9, we started with the 9, and we're ending with the 10 of wands. So things are coming to the completion. Things are starting again. But crossing this 10, we have the Hermit. The Hermit is all about going into one's self, looking at one's own problems, dealing with oneself, separating themselves from society, being a hermit, okay, taking time for yourself. And then crossing that, we have the Page of Wands. And again, the Page of Wands, it can be looked as the minor arcana of the Fool, starting over, starting again, or starting a new journey. But it is also a bit of a self energy, okay? The Page of Wands grabs opportunities. It sees to further itself. It doesn't worry about the consequences, just grabs the opportunities. Crossing that, we got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is knowing about the truth, learning about the truth, the beginning from a truth, and going from there. Some tarot readers have called it the aha card. Aha, I see it all. It all makes sense to me now. And then lastly, crossing 5 cards deep, is the King of Swords. Now this is realizing the truth, knowing the truth, taking that Ace of Swords, and then acting upon it. Actually putting in everything you've realized and you thought and making it work for you in the future. It's a card of authority. You've taken authority over the situation. I will show you the 6th card. The 6th card was the 8 of Pentacles there. Yeah, working on yourself. Okay, so that is the end of your read, air signs. Hopefully it resonates with you. If it does, that is fantastic. If it doesn't, don't worry too much. As I said, perhaps you are working from different aspects of your birth chart during the month of December or into the new year of 2025. And maybe you need to be watching other different types of star sign readings. As I said, Timsy Naked Tarot is all about stripping the astrology out. I didn't mention Leos at all. I didn't mention Geminis. I didn't mention Pisces. Okay, it's associated, it's linked, it's all dealing with the same energies, but it's not at the same time. Okay, it's a bit like saying you've got 2 cars. Yeah, one's got a diesel engine, one's got a petrol engine. Well, if you put petrol in a diesel and diesel in a petrol, they're not going to work as well as they're meant to. Okay, so the astrology is there, but it's not. So check out the other ones. Don't categorize. Even though we categorize you all into these little labels, these Cancers, Geminis, Libras, Virgos, all that, doesn't mean you have to stay in those boxes. You can go and look at the other boxes. You might feel more comfortable in one of the other boxes. Okay, anyway, that is the end. Otherwise, we will be ending up in 2025 by the time I finish this video. Hopefully it all resonates with you, and if it does, that is fantastic. And if it don't worry, go and check out the other signs. Okay, the airs, this is the air, the water, the fire, the earth signs reads. Okay, until the next time you are watching one of my videos, you will be good out there. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so, because then you'll be adding your energies to the tarot team part, and it will make these reads resonate with you on a more personal level. Okay, so you will have fun out there. Enjoy your December, enjoy your Christmas or any other holiday break you are having. And until the next time, yeah, have fun.